Hello everyone, this is Imran Pardesi sir and today I will be continuing standard 10th math second chapter number 2 Pythagoras theorem. Today in Pythagoras theorem we will see two properties. Property number 1, property of 30 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. Then we will see properties of 45 degree, 45 degree and 90 degree. So please let's start with the property number 1 and that is property of 30 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. So dear students, please pay attention. Whenever you will see a right angle triangle like this, okay, in that if you will see the acute angles, okay, see the definition, you will understand. If acute angles of a right angle triangle are 30 degree and 60 degree, okay, can you see over here? It is a right angle triangle who's having two acute angles. One is of 30 degree, one is of 60 degree. It is a right angle triangle, right? But two other angles are acute angles. One is of 30 degree, one is of 60 degree. Then whenever you will see 30 and 60, there is one particular formula you should remember. You should quickly understand that which formula we should use over here. So please pay attention what the further sentence says. Then the side opposite 30 degree angle. 30 degree angle is this one, and which side is opposite to 30 degree? Which side? Side name is MN. So then the side opposite 30 degree angle is half of the hypotenuse. Okay. So here angle L is 30 degree and opposite side of 30 degree is side MN. So you will say MN is what it said, sentence said, MN, the angle opposite, the side opposite to 30 degree angle is half of hypotenuse, and here LN is a hypotenuse. Why? Opposite side of 90 degree is considered as a hypotenuse. Opposite side of 90 degree, that is LN, is hypotenuse. According to this property, the side opposite to 30 degree opposite side MN will be half of its hypotenuse. So here hypotenuse name is Ln. Is it clear? I hope you understood here. The side opposite to 30 degree is always half of its hypotenuse. Then there is one more thing, and the side opposite to 60 degree angle is root 3 upon 2 times the hypotenuse. Now here angle N is 60 degree. Okay, and side opposite to 60 degree is side LM. So here you will say LM is root 3 upon 2 of its hypotenuse. So this is the property of 30, 60 and 90. It is a right angle triangle and two angles are acute angles. One is of 30 degree, one is of 60 degree. Okay, so the side opposite to 30 degree, the side opposite to 30 degree angle, that is MN will be half of its hypotenuse LN. It is clear, MN is equals to half of its hypotenuse, and the side opposite to 60 degree angle, that is angle N is 60 degree and opposite side of 60 degree is LM. So LM will be root 3 upon 2 of its hypotenuse, and Ln is hypotenuse. Why? Opposite side of 90 degree is a hypotenuse. Is it clear? So these two formula we have to remember and we have to learn it and we have to understand it. Okay. Now see the second property, property of 45 degree, 45 degree, 90 degree. It means isosceles triangle. Okay, look at here. It is a right angle triangle who's having two acute angles and they are same, 45 degree and 45 degree. What does it mean? Side ZX and XY, they will be congruent. See, side XY is equals to side XZ. Is it clear? Why? Because they are same. Yes or no? Yes, they are isosceles because this is 45 degree, this is 45 degree. Yes or no? Okay. If the acute angles of right angle triangle are 45 and 45 degree, then each of the perpendicular side is 1 upon root 2 times of the hypotenuse. It means what? Suppose you will take this side opposite to 45 degree is what? xy is the opposite side of 45 degree angle, xy. So xy will be 1 upon root 2 of its hypotenuse. Here zy is your hypotenuse. Yes, why zy is hypotenuse? Opposite side of 90 degree is called as hypotenuse. Like that only you will say xz. xz is also having opposite side of 45 degree. See xz, it is also a side of opposite side of 45 degree. That is also 1 upon root 2 of zy, hypotenuse. Is it clear? And we can say therefore xy is equals to xz is equals to 1 upon root 2 of its hypotenuse. Zy is hypotenuse. So both the properties have you understood? Here side opposite to 30 degree mn will be half of its hypotenuse. Side opposite to 60 degree angle lm will be root 3 upon 2 of its hypotenuse. And here side opposite to 45 degree, both are 45. So both the sides will be congruent. xy will be is equals to xz. So xy is equals to xz is equals to 1 upon root 2 of its hypotenuse. I hope you understood the properties. Now we will see the practice set 2.1. In that question number 4, 5 they are depend on these properties. Okay, we will start practice set 2.1 question number 4. Please read the question. See figure. We have to see this figure. Find RP. See, this is RP. Okay, RP, and we have to find PS. This one. So using the information given in triangle PSR, this is PSR. Can you see the triangle PSR? We have to observe this triangle, okay, and then we have to find PR or RP and PS. Okay, very simple. I will write in triangle PSR. This is triangle PSR, right? Can you see here identical marks are given? Angle S is 90, angle P is 30. So angle R will be how much? Just now I have explained you 30, 60 and 90. So why the angle R will be 60 degree? Because sum of all the angles of a triangle will be 180 degree. So this is 90 and this is 30. How much? 90 plus 30, 120. And 180. The triangle is of how much degree? 180. And if you will subtract this 90 and this 30, 120 you will subtract from 180. How much will remain? 60 degree. So therefore angle R will be of 60 degree. So write it that angle S is equals to 90 degree. Okay, that is given to you in the question. It means identical mark is there. Angle P, can you see angle P is of 30 degree? That is also given in your question in the figure. Yes. Can you see here now? Therefore angle R is equals to 60 degree. Why? You have to write sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree, right? Sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Sum means addition. So this is 90, this is 30. How much? 120. So R will be of how much? 60. Simple. You can see also 90, 30. This will be 60. No problem. Now you will write. Therefore triangle PSR is 30 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. Yes or no? So we will utilize here property of this by using theorem of, or you can say property by using theorem of 30 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. We can say, can you see PR is a hypotenuse, opposite side of 90 degree, opposite side of 90 degree PR. So PR is a hypotenuse, yes or no? Yes, hypotenuse. So I can say, what we know, the opposite side of 30 degree, that is SR, is always half of its hypotenuse. Yes or no? Opposite side of 30 degree angle, that is SR, is half of its hypotenuse. So what we will write? SR is a half of its hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is what? PR. Why it is so? Why you have written this? Here you can say side opposite to 30-degree angle. Yes or no? Side opposite to 30-degree angle. So which side is opposite to 30-degree angles? SR. SR is what? SR is half of its hypotenuse and PR is the hypotenuse. So SR is given. How much SR is given? 6. This is half. PR we have to find, or RP. Okay, you can use here RP also or PR also, no problem. Okay, so RP we have to find. So RP will come as it is. Now this 2 is in division form here. It will go there. It will multiply. So 6 into 2 is equals to RP. So 6 into 2 is how much? 12 RP. So you can say there RP is equals to 12. What 12? It is not given, so you can use units. Is it clear? I hope you understood here. Now the same, that is SP. Okay, SP is what? You can say here angle R is 60 degree. So side opposite to 60 degree, that is PS or SP. Side opposite to 60 degree angle, that is PS. That is, we know the formula. Side opposite to 60 degree is root 3 upon 2 its hypotenuse. So you can write over there PS is equals to root 3 upon 2 its hypotenuse, and hypotenuse is what? RP. Hypotenuse is what? RP is the hypotenuse. Why you will write like this? PS is root 3 upon 2 of its hypotenuse. Why you will write? You can say side opposite to 60 degree angle. Why you will use this formula? Because PS is side opposite to 60 degree angle, which will be root 3 upon 2 of its hypotenuse. So you will write PS we have to find. Yes, root 3 upon 2. RP you came to know here, that is 12. So you can cancel this. 2 ones are 2, 2 6s are 12. So answer is 6 root 3. PS, therefore PS is equals to 6 root 3 units. Is it clear? So this is how we have to utilize the property of 30, 60 and 90 degree angle. Is it clear? Hello everyone, now we will see question number 5. Please pay attention, it is also very easy. Practice set 2.1 question number 5 for finding AB and BC. With the help of the information given in the figure 2.20, complete following activity. Okay, this is the figure 2.20. Okay, so we have to observe this figure. Can you see these two identical marks? It means side AB is equals to side BC. And can you see this 90 degrees also here? Just now I have explained you the property of 45 degree and 90 degree. In that we have seen that these two sides were congruent. Why? Because their angles were congruent. So whenever you will see that one right angle triangle and having two sides congruent, it means it is an isosceles right angle triangle, right? So you have to say that this angle A is of 45 degree, so angle C also will be 45 degree. Is it clear? Whenever two sides will be congruent and this angle will be 90 degree right angle, you have to say 45, 90 degree. Is it clear? Okay. So what is the property of this? That opposite side of 45 degree angle BC will be 1 upon root 2 of its hypotenuse. And opposite side of 45 degree side AB, it is also 1 upon root 2 of its hypotenuse. Is it clear? So see, AB is equals to BC. AB is equals to BC. Why? Side opposite to congruent angle. Okay? Congruent angles. Side opposite to congruent angles. This and this angle, both angles are congruent. Why? Because their sides were congruent, so their angles will be congruent, and this triangle will be an example of 45 degree and 90 degree. Is it clear? So now we will solve further. Angle BAC, can you see A? So A is how much we have written over there? Angle BAC, A comes in between. So angle A is how much degree? 45 degree. How you came to know it is a 45 degree? How you came to know? Because these two sides were congruent and the middle angle is of 90 degree. It means automatically these two triangles, these two angles will be 45 degree and 45 degree each. Is it clear? Now AB is equals to BC. AB is equals to BC is equals to dash of AC. AC is hypotenuse, right? It is opposite side of right angle triangle, opposite side of 90 degree. AC is hypotenuse. So AB is equal to BC. Then this is 45, 45. What is the property of 45 degree and 45 degree and 90 degree? AB is equals to BC will be 1 upon root 2 of its hypotenuse. Is it clear? So this is why I have written over here by 45 by, you have to write there by 45 degree, 45 degree and 90 degree triangle theorem. Triangle theorem. Is it clear? You have to write the statement. How this is possible? 1 upon root 2 is 1 upon root 2 of AC. AC is a hypotenuse. So it is by 45, 45 and 90 degree triangle theorem. Now what will come here? Same 1 upon root 2 because AC is given root 8. Can you see AC is given root 8? Can you see I have written over here the explanation. The root 8 can be simplified by 4 2s are 8 and 4 is the perfect square of 2. So what is the value of root 8? 2 root 2. What will be the value of root 8? 2 root 2. How? Root 8 will be simplified. 4 2s are 8 and 4 is the perfect square of 2. So 2 will come out and this 2 will be inside. So 2 root 2. So this is written over here. What will come here? 1 root 2. Okay. Now this root 2 and this root 2 will get cancelled. So what will remain? 2 1s are 2 here. Is it clear? Very easy and very simple. Now look at here. Question number 6. Find the side and perimeter of a square. It means we have to make a square. We have to find side. One side you will find all 4 sides will be congruent because it is a square. Square whose diagonal is 10 centimeter. Okay, you know the diagonal opposite angles, the line which is joining the opposite angle is called diagonal. It means SQ will be diagonal. If you will join PR, that is also diagonal. How many diagonals will be there? A quadrilateral will be having 2 diagonals. Okay, remember always quadrilateral will be having 2 diagonals. Okay, now see here. We have drawn PQRS a square. हमने एक square बनाया है, right? All 4 sides are congruent. All angles are of 90 degree. What is the definition of square? If all the angles are of 90 degree and all sides are congruent, so they are, the given quadrilateral will be a square. So this is a square. All sides are congruent or equal. See, quadrilateral PQRS is a square and SQ is a diagonal. SQ is a diagonal which is 10 centimeter. Okay, it is 10 centimeter. So these 2 things are given in the question. We have to give the name by our own choice. PQRS is a square. All 4 sides are congruent because it is a square and one diagonal is of 10 centimeter. So can you see it is? Can you see like this? It is a right angle triangle. Yes or no? So we will use this triangle. This triangle we will use to find a side. Then we can find perimeter of a square. What is the perimeter of a square? Perimeter of a square is equals to 4 multiplied by sides. 4 multiplied by side. Otherwise you can say sum of all the 4 sides. Is it clear? Now see, what is to find? To find a side. First we will find out a side. Very easy. We will use a triangle. In triangle SPQ. Why I have chosen SPQ? P is of 90 degree. Okay. Angle P is of 90 degree. Yes or no? In triangle SPQ, angle P is 90 degree. So therefore we can use by Pythagoras theorem. By Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse. So this is a triangle SPQ. So SQ is a hypotenuse. Yes, it is opposite side of 90 degree. So we will write hypotenuse square. Hypotenuse square is equals to side 1 square plus side 2 square. So what is hypotenuse here? In SPQ, SQ is a hypotenuse. Can you see? SQ is the hypotenuse. Side 1 is SP square. Side 2 is PQ square, right? So therefore, can you tell me SQ is of how much centimeter? SQ 10 square. SP not given, PQ not given, but can you see this identical mark? Both the sides will be congruent. All four sides will be congruent because it is a square. So PS or SP or PQ, SP and PQ will be congruent, same. So I will use here. Here also I will use SP. Here also I will use SP. Why? Because SP is equals to PQ. PQ is equals to QR. QR is equals to RS. So all four sides are congruent to each other. Why I have written like this? Sides of a square. Sides of a square are congruent. Sides of a square are congruent. I am using a symbol over here. You can use a perfect sentence. Sides of a square are congruent. All four sides are congruent to each other. Is it clear? Or can you say over here SP is equals to PQ? You can see it is given also. You can use that also. You can say SP is equals to PQ. It is given. That is given. Is it clear? SP is equals to PQ. Now I can see here square of 10 is 100. This 1 SP square, 1 SP square. Total 2 SP square. Is it clear? This is 1 SP, this is 1 SP. Like terms. 1 and 1. 2 SP square. So what will happen? 2 SP means here it is multiplication, right? This 2 will come over here. It will divide the 100. Yes. SP square. 2 ones are 2, 2 fives are 10, 2 zeros are 0. Is it clear? So therefore you can say SP square is equals to 50. Okay, SP square is equals to 50. Now we will say by taking square root. SP is equals to, I will expand 25 2s are 50. Is it clear? So 25 is the perfect square of 5 root 2. So SP you came to know. Yes, SP is a side. SP is equals to 5 root 2. It is a side. So you came to know this is 5 root 2, this is 5 root 2, this is 5 root 2, this is 5 root 2. So you have to find the second one, perimeter of quadrilateral PQR or perimeter of a square PQR. Is it clear? This is the side. This is your first answer. Therefore side is equals to 5 root 2. Is it clear? Side is equals to 5 root 2. This is your first answer. Now you will find out the perimeter of square PQR. So what is perimeter of square PQR? 4 multiplied by side. Is it clear? After this we will write perimeter of a quadrilateral PQRS, okay, is equals to 4 into side. PQRS is a square, okay, therefore we are using 4 into side, that is 4 multiplied by 5 into 2. So it is 4 5s are 20 square root 2. Is it clear? So this is your second answer. Perimeter of a quadrilateral PQRS, and quadrilateral PQRS is a square. So we have used 4 multiplied by side. 4 into 5 root 2, that is 20 square root 2. Is it clear? So this is your first answer. This is your second answer. Okay. Okay. In this question, unit is given, that is centimeter. So you have to write here centimeter. 5 square root 2 centimeter. And here also the perimeter of square PQRS will be 20 square root 2 centimeter. Is it clear? So this is how you have to find. You have to draw a square, you have to draw a diagonal, then you have to find a side. All 4 sides will be congruent, and this is diagonal, so it looks a Pythagoras theorem we will utilize over here. We will find out a side means all 4 sides you will came to know, and perimeter of a quadrilateral PQRS, which is a square, it is given, so we will use 4 into side. Is it clear? So now we will see the question number 7. You have to understand the figure, given figure. In geometry, you have to understand the figure, which formula you will understand, which formula we have to use. Please look at the board and see this figure. See what is given in figure 2.221. This is figure 2.21. Okay, we have to observe this. Then what is given? Angle DFE. DFE. It is a 90 degree. Yes. So FG. Can you see FG? FG is perpendicular on ED. Do you remember something? One formula is there when there is a right angle triangle, and if you get perpendicular on hypotenuse, this is a right angle triangle, DFE is a right angle triangle, and FG is a perpendicular on hypotenuse ED. Can you see? So there is a one formula we will use. Which formula? Remember, geometric mean. Yes. So here FG, which is perpendicular, so FG is geometric mean. FG square is equals to GD multiplied by EG. Is it clear? Do you remember that formula? See, like this we were having a right angle triangle, and if you have drawn a perpendicular, so this is ABC and this is D. So BD is a geometric mean. So what you use? BD square is equals to AD multiplied by CD or DC. Is it clear? So this is geometric mean. So this is also a geometric mean formula. Can you see on the board? Can you see the figure 2.21? Yes. See, this is DFE is a right angle triangle, and FG is perpendicular on ED. So FG is geometric mean. So you will use FG square is equals to DG multiplied by EG. That is theorem of geometric mean. So we will utilize first. We will solve the solution. What we have to find? See, question is what given? If GD is 8 and FG is 12. Then find EG. We have to find this EG. Then we have to find FD. Then we have to find EF. So much easy. So first you will utilize solution. How you will start? First you will find out EG. Right? EG is here. So how you will find out EG? By geometric mean. FG square is equals to GD multiplied by EG. This is geometric mean theorem. So we will utilize in triangle. Use the triangle. This triangle you use. Bigger triangle you will use, that is triangle DFE. In triangle DFE, angle F is of 90 degree. Yes or no? It is given in the question. It is given in the question. Now can you see over here that FG is perpendicular on ED. It is also given. Can you see? FG is perpendicular on ED. So it is what? Can you see over there that FG is a geometric mean. FG is a geometric mean. So therefore you will utilize FG square is equals to DG. Okay, is equals to DG multiplied by EG. Is it clear? What is this? This is the theorem of geometric mean. Theorem of geometric mean. I hope you understood. Yes. What is FG here? FG is how much? 12 square. Okay. So what is the square of 12? 144, right? GD is how much? 8. And EG we have to find. So what is the square of 12 square of 144 is equals to 8. That is EG. Now this 8 will come over here, it will divide. So 144 upon 8 is equals to EG, right? Use 8 ones are 8, 8 ones are 8. How much remains? 6. It is 8 eights are 64. Therefore EG is equals to 18. Okay, no meter, no centimeter, so you will use EG 18 units. Is it clear? This is your first answer. I hope you understood. This is geometric mean. DFE is a right angle triangle and FG is geometric mean. So you will use FG square multiplied by DG multiplied by EG. Is it clear? That is theorem of geometric mean. Now we have to find FD. Where is FD? Is here. See. If this is right 90 degree, so this is also 90 degree. Yes or no? So this is hypotenuse. This is your hypotenuse. So can you use here Pythagoras theorem? Yes. So you have to use in triangle. Take the triangle. This triangle you take. What the name will come? FGD. in triangle FGD. See F, G 90 degree and D. So this is a right angle triangle. In triangle FGD, angle G is equals to 90 degree. Okay, so by Pythagoras theorem, we will utilize there. See, G is a 90 degree and G opposite side is FD. So it is a hypotenuse. So you will use here hypotenuse square is equals to side 1 square plus side 2 square. So what is hypotenuse here? FD. FD is a hypotenuse. FD square is equal, side 1 is what? Take FG. FG square plus GD square. Is it clear? So FD we have to find. We have to find FD. FD square will come as it is. FG is how much? 12 square. 12 square. And GD is how much? 8 square. Can you see this triangle? It is a right angle. If this is 90, this is also 90, right? And opposite side of a 90 degree is hypotenuse. So FD is a hypotenuse. This is side 1, this is side 2. Easy, so simple. 12 square 144, 8 square 64. So total 4 4 8, 6 and 4 10. Carry 1, it is 208. So we have to write FD square is equals to 208. So it is not a perfect square. So you will write by taking square root. By taking square root. Square root. FD is equals to, you will simplify it. 208, you will simplify it by 16. 13s are 208. 16 is the perfect square of 4 root 13. Is it clear? So FD, therefore FD is equals to 4 root 13. Is it clear? Now we will find out the third one. EF means this one. We can use this triangle. CFGE. G is a 90 degree, so opposite side of GE is a hypotenuse. So this will be hypotenuse. Yes or no? Yes. So now we will utilize in triangle FGE. Angle G is equals to 90 degree. Yes or no? So what is the opposite side of G is EF. So we will utilize by Pythagoras theorem. What you will say? Hypotenuse square is equals to side 1 square plus side 2 square. What is hypotenuse here in this triangle? FGE. So EF is a hypotenuse. See, EF square is a hypotenuse. EF square is equal to side 1. So this is side 1, this is side 2. No problem. You can take GE square plus GE square plus how much? FG square. Is it clear? FG square. So now EF we have to find. Therefore EF we have to find. GE is how much? It was here EG. GE or EG is how much? This is 18. So we will write over here 18 square and FG is how much? 12 square. So now 18 square of 18 is 324 and 12 square is 144. The total is 448, 426 and this is 468. Is it clear? So now we will take the square root and we will find out the EF, and it will be by taking square root. EF is equals to 36 multiplied by 13. 36 is the square of 6. Okay, so 6 root 13. EF is equals to 6 root 13. So this is how you have to solve this question. Very easy. First you will take the bigger triangle. You will use their theorem of geometric mean. FG is geometric mean. FG square is equals to GD multiplied by EG. EG will come 18, right? That 18 we will utilize here. Now second triangle we have to find this. This is we can find easily. Two sides are given. See this FG and GD. We have to find this FD. So this, if this is 90 degree, this is also 90 degree, and opposite side of 90 degree is hypotenuse. So hypotenuse square is equal to side 1 square plus side 2 square. We can find this. FD will come 208. So it will simplify. 16 13s are 208. 16 is a perfect square of 4 root 30. Now you can utilize this triangle. See FGE. So G is a 90 degree, opposite side of 90 degree is hypotenuse. So EF square is equal to side 1 square plus side 2 square. So 18 square and 12 square. 324, 144, 468. We have to simplify 468. 36 13s are 468. So 36 is the perfect square of 6 root 13. So this question is very much important for your exam. And see, three things we have to find. In these two we have to use Pythagoras theorem, and here we have to use geometric mean. So this is how we have to solve the question number 7. So thank you so much and best of luck.